From what will be happening here at Parliament grounds in Lusaka. We are still awaiting the arrival of a number of dignitaries. As we're seeing and as explained, the acting Chief Justice is seen here respecting the mounted guard of honor, and later on I will be waiting a number of dignitaries prior to the arrival of the Republican President Hakainde Hichilema, accompanied by the by the First Lady, Mrs. Mutinda Hichilema. So the Guard of Honor has been mounted by the 2nd Battalion of the Zambia Regiment and the Salute Troop of the Zambian Artillery, which has taken up position outside the main entrance to the Parliament buildings. So, like I did say, dances, dances, dances. It's funny how you have to create your own rhythm as you are here, because there is more than one type of rhythm. There is a traditional Southern Province team, there is the United Party for National Development UPND choir team, and there are two actually, which today we've just been told that they've been incorporated into all the government programs. So there is another, I believe, from Eastern Province, that's another team. So all these rhythm from different choir musical groups, you have to create your own rhythm and see how you're going to call it. But for being here today at Parliament, we can just refer to it as parliamentary bit. So yes, after the Republican President Hakainde Hichilema is going to arrive, and the First Lady, they are going to be received by the service chiefs, and after that, the presidential and mounted forces will have to move off after the president proceeds the saluting place where he is going to be accorded the presidential salute. Okay, and according to the program which has been given to us by the National Assembly today, is that the president will be accompanied by the aide-de-camp as they're going to inspect the Guard of Honor mounted by the 2nd Battalion of the Zambian Regiment. So the aide-de-camp, that's Mr. Wakonoma, who was just unveiled as the president's bodyguard just yesterday, has brought huge congratulation notes from a number of followers on various social media pages. Brief prior to his appointment, he was one of the senior police officers that left the Zambia Police by point of national interests under the past government, and so his comeback has been seen as a huge his comeback, or rather, has had a huge reaction, because most of us Zambians did witness stories that gave birth to his expulsion from the Zambia Police. Okay. So after the inspection of the Guard of Honor, the president is going to mount presidential salute. Thereafter, the Guard of Honor marches past. This will be followed by a flying march past by the Zambia Air Force, which we are looking forward to that. After that, the Right Honorable Madam Speaker, the newly elected Speaker of the National Assembly, Ms. Nelly Muti, will be accompanied by the Sergeant at Arms, and they will take position at the foot of the steps of Parliament buildings, ready to receive the President. After that, the President and the First Lady move to the foot of steps of Parliament buildings, where they will be welcomed by Madam Speaker and escorted to the main entrance of Parliament buildings to the accompaniment of traditional music. That's at least we're going to have one type of music. That's Silemba, when they will proceed to Madam Speaker's chambers, where the President signs the Madam Speaker's parliamentary visitors book. Okay, so that's part of what is happening today at the National Assembly, and so those are some of the members, the invited people, or the invited guests, have already taken their position in the House of Lords, and one would wonder if there is social distance there, but yes, those are the pictures inside the Parliament buildings, and members of Parliament are yet to take their positions as well. Right, it will be interesting to see the shift of seats, especially from the likes of we're seeing new faces there. Munia Zulu there seems ready. The last time Munia Zulu was covered at the National Assembly is a time they brought a petition. Did cover that. That should have been 3-4 years ago, and I believe that petition was something to do with the conduct of then the opposition United Party for National Development, now ruling party. It's quite interesting how time changes and how there's always a shift of position as time progresses. So after that, the members of Parliament, that's after when the President is going to step out of Parliament building, and they'll be welcomed by Madam Speaker, as explained. So yes, let's get back to the live pictures there. I believe that's the Republican Vice President, W.K. Mutalena Lumango, making entrance, and that tells us something. The President will be jetting in anytime soon.
Many young ladies out there.
All right, so that's the Republican Vice President. Yes, she's been here before as in the current team of leaders, but she's remembered as the first deputy female speaker in the MMD times. She's back here as Republican Vice President. Who will be the leader of government business as Parliament commences sitting as of today, and Tuesday, of course, they resume normal business. So she'll be moving the motion to have the President speak and deliver the prepared speech that we are all anticipating to listen to. Republican Vice President Mutalena Lumango. She prefers being mentioned as WK Mutalena Lumango, making an interest to the chambers, and of course campaigned by the state security and senior officials from the Parliament building. So there we have it. That's the Vice President now awaiting the president. Like I did say, part of traditional music we're being greeted to today. So we have to make our own rhythm. You can see from the faces that there's so much passion in what they do. So those are some of the rhythms that we're watching from Parliament. So last time that this particular area hosted a president was last year on the 11th of September 2020. Then Republican President Edgar Lungu did make some statement. So I'm trying to pick some of the issues that he raised in his speech. So at the time that he was presenting the speech on the 11th of September 2020, that's a time that the whole world was grappling with the global health pandemic of COVID-19. Yes, we're still battling, but addressing key issues, more realizing their potential benefits now, unlike when we were still in a trial moment. So according to the speech as read on the 11th of September 2020, former President Edgar Lungu, as president last year, said that the COVID pandemic changed the world. Its impact, world economies, and society in general is unprecedented. And I quote directly from the speech, quoting, as horrifying as COVID-19 pandemic has been, it has given us an opportunity as humanity to change the way we do things and do them better. The COVID-19 pandemic has opened our eyes to gaps and opportunities around us. The COVID pandemic has taught us we can have virtual meetings and save money. The COVID-19 pandemic has showed us how to work from homes and achieve the same results. That is from the speech read on the 11th of September 2020. All right. So in his speech, President Edgar Lungu further said that, and I quote, "My speech, therefore, will focus more on the situation we found ourselves in and how as a nation together in unity we can and we must win the war." Okay, it does not matter. It does not matter whether you're a Christian, Muslim, Hindu, or even a heathen. It does not matter whether you are PF, UPND, FDD, MD, MMD, UNIP, or NDC. Now is the time to hold our hands together and ride over the situation we found ourselves in as one people. So that was part of the speech worth reflecting on, and 1 year later we're still on the time of COVID-19. And I believe at the time of this speech, talks of vaccines was just more of a fairy tale, but it was achieved. And so 1 year later we tell a different story. Though we still have matters of COVID-19 among us, but the containment both from government and some of the citizens has been remarkable. But yet we still need to do more. So in case you're watching us, you're watching live pictures from Parliament building, where now the Republican Vice President has just made her presence known, and she's walked into the chambers, and we are now await the arrival of Republican President Hakainde Hichilema, and well, The ZAF commander, Lieutenant General Barry, is among the defense chiefs that are making arrivals here. It is live TV, and you do sometimes expect to hear voices from all corners. But back to the pictures. The defense and security chiefs are here. All right, Lieutenant Colonel Barry, Lieutenant General Barry, Inspector General of Police Lemeka Jove. So the Inspector General of Police Lemeka Jove did issue a statement yesterday talking of the stop, the addressing of corruption in the rank and file Zambia police. So yes, they are here, and we can only confirm and getting closer to the truth that the Republican President Hakainde Hichilema is yet to make his entrance today. We are getting closer to the president's arrival, and if your guess is as good as mine, his motor procession is slowly making an entrance. President Hakainde Hichilema. Historical day. Be it that he's just been he's just began his presidential journey just after the 12th of August 2021, and closer to a month later, a day before, because tomorrow, the day after tomorrow, we clock exactly 1 month since we held elections. So just a month ago, today this time, he was still an opposition leader 2 days before an election. So little maybe he didn't even know that he will be opening parliament a month later. So that's Republican President Hakainde Hichilema's motor procession making entrance. And of course, it's tradition that it is accompanied by horses trained at Edwin Mboele. And I believe he's maintained his vehicle, the Nissan Infinix. One would have thought there will be a change. Oh yes, there is. I know the Nissan is there, but that's a presidential car. That's where the Republican. It's good to see him in a different vehicle today, but his usual motor vehicle from the time he was inaugurated until the few days ago, we've been seeing him in Parliament. He's also part of the motorcade, but today, President Hakainde Hichilema in the presidential Mercedes-Benz. President HH is at Parliament now. After many attempts in the last elections, a number of elections from the time that he went to the time that he took over the power from the late Anderson Mazok, of course, when he assumed presidency, and after many elections, 2021 gave him the right answer, and today's opening Parliament. So it's something to look forward to in terms of the speech delivery, the speech content, and how applicable it's going to be. So yes, President Hakainde Hichilema's door has been opened. We believe, yes, that's the First Lady who'll be coming from the left side of the seat. That's the First Lady, Matinta Hichilema, and as always, for the few last public events, she's always dressed for the occasion. Alex Musiwa there, one of President Hakainde Hichilema's bodyguards. So a lot has been talked about President HH's salute posture. Has it changed from? Well, it seems the same. Seems to be the same. So here's the president now taking walk as he makes his entrance. As he has to inspect the guard of honor, or is he going straight to the chambers? No, he has to inspect the guard of honor. So let's see the live pictures. In case you're joining us, we're at Parliament, and we'll bring you every event as it unfolds. The official opening of Parliament, the first session of the 13th National Assembly, to be graced by Republican President Hakainde Hichilema.
Of the Republic of Zambia and Commander-in-Chief of the Defense Force, Guard of Honor mounted by 2 infantry battalions of 1 infantry brigade of the Zambia Army, are present and ready for inspection, Mr. President. So, inspection is over, permission to carry on. So. Mr. President, permission for the parade to march and fly past, Mr. President. So. God open up! Order!
There you have it, the President of the Republic.
So in a few minutes time, the House already has been put to order, but in a few minutes time, the President of the Republic of Zambia, His Excellency Hakainde Hichilema, will be addressing Parliament. his first, should say, historical speech. So a lot of expectations are happening. He's being led to the chambers. Or first, he has to sign the book of visitors in this Madam Speaker's office. He's a visitor, so he has to append his signature and leave a mark that I was here. So from there, the president will have to begin business and deliver his speech. So at this particular time, according to the program, members and guests in the galleries must remain seated, and after this, the First Lady, accompanied by the Social Security, will enter the chamber and take a seat. I think that part has already been done. The First Lady has already entered is yet to enter the chamber and take a seat to the left of the presidential chair. So we did witness the traditional drum herald's approach of the president. So very soon, a lot of expectations, I did say, from the president, especially his presiding over national affairs in the last few days. We just witnessed this week, quite historical as well, the unveiling of his cabinet in two parts on Tuesday and on Wednesday. His first unveiling of the cabinet was one minister, and that's the Finance Minister, Dr. Stumbego Msokotwane, and later on he did unveil another set of ministers heading the ministries, and later on the following day he did unveil another set. So it's good to see the members of parliament seated from the former ruling party, and that's the opposition Patriotic Front seated on the left side. I've always wanted to see, from the time that the announcement didn't favor the Patriotic Front, and see their seating arrangement. So they've just switched the left and right. So let's see how it will be interesting to see the type of politics that will be conducted, and a lot of new faces in this house, a lot of new faces, a lot of young people. It's going to be an interesting session, I should say. Let's see whether the debate will be below par or above par. That is Tasila Mwale, Tasila Lungo rather. Close names. Tasila Lungu Mwanza, the Member of Parliament for Chawama, daughter to former President Edgar Lungu. Bowman Lusambogo, Stephen Kampiongo, and the rest of the team, with Deputy Secretary General newly announced, Minister of Home Affairs, Jack Mwimbu, invited guests in traditional outfits. The face mask will be a challenge to name who's who, but we were able to give the best guest. I believe that's Elvis Nkandi, newly appointed Minister of Youth and Sports, Member of Parliament for Kaputa. Minister of Education, That's Douglas Hichilema, Minister of Transport and Logistics, Frank Tiley, Member of Parliament for Ndola Central. The President's signature. Town clerks and mayors gallery, seated in the gallery. Yeah, so you can tell the new faces as they look around and look out for the people in the gallery. Those that are used is business as usual. I did say it will be quite tough and a challenge to exactly name who's who with the coming of face mask, but we promise to give the best guess. So the ceremony opening of the first session of the 13th National Assembly is underway. Republican President Hakainde Hichilema has already made entrance in the building, and I believe he's just signing a book of visitors at in the Madam Speaker's office, and very soon we'll be able to witness the presidential speech. Highly anticipated, highly expectant from different stakeholders. So yes, the invited guests, members of Parliament, are patiently waiting. An interesting house, an interesting session, and there you have it, Madam First Lady Butinta Hichilema has taken a seat to the right side of the Republican President. And behind them, Madam Speaker, is State House Assistant, Presidential Assistant for Press and Public Relations, Anthony Walia, newly appointed to. We should all agree that she's maintained a high standard of fashion sense. In the last public appearances she's made, the first being at the inauguration ceremony. We've seen her at the first two meetings, the first two church services at State House. We do apologize for the blinking of picture. We pray that that will be resolved as soon as possible.
That the country